Hey, kia ora whānau, you're here with me, the Maori Wargamer, and today we'll be playing a Warhammer 40K battle report. That's right. Welcome whānau to this 60 power level battle report between the Space Wolves and the Crimson Slaughter, continuing where we left off last week, Mission 2, and a continuation of the Fate of Atreus narrative campaign, in which all my 40k content is set. Battle reports, kill team, Blackstone Fortress. Check all that out if you're interested. But yeah, picking up today, we're playing back to basics, only war from the 40k rulebook. The time has come to prove your worth as the greatest warlord in the galaxy. All that stands between you and ultimate glory is an enemy army bent upon your destruction. So that's it, as simple as it can get. Hammer and anvil deployment set up here along the lengths of the battle board. Space Wolves coming in numbers this time. Primaris, Grey Hunters, Terminators as well, ready to face off against the forces of chaos. We've got 4 objectives scattered on the battlefield. So objective 1 there. Objective 2 in the ruins of that building. Objective 4 here in the possession of the Chaos Space Marines. And Objective 3 just up here by this Munitorum Furnace. So that's what our armies will be fighting over today. Looking to capture and control these strategic points of interest. The Chaos Space Marines, the Crimson Slaughter, have received reinforcements from the Master of the Blackstone Fortress, Obsidious Malix, leader of the Black Legion, and he's come down with 2 of his rogue psychers accompanying him. So they're well fortified and well stuck in, ready to make the assault, run up the roads there, and take back these objectives. So Imperium versus Chaos once again. The ultimate battle. Space Wolves picked up an extra D6 victory point, command points as a result of winning the last game. Part of what I do to add a bit more narrative. So they started this game with 9 command points, which is good for them. Also got to pick their side, so they've chosen to come through on this end, and we'll see if that has any sort of advantage to them. As we look to go into turn number 1, Space Wolves will be starting off the game. But before we do that, let's take a closer look at the armies that we'll be playing with today. We have 60 power level of Chaos Space Marines Crimson Slaughter, accompanied by the Black Legion. We have Terminator Sorcerer Lord with a Combi Bolter and a 4 staff. We have a Demon Prince with Malefic Claws and Wings. And we have the leader of the Blackstone Fortress Chaos Space Marines, Obsidious Malix, with a Thunder Hammer and a Plasma Pistol. We have 10 possessed with horrific mutations. Very cool models, FYI. And wonderfully painted. We have a 5-man Chaos Terminator squad with Combi Bolters and a Reaper Autocannon and Powermore. A Hellbrute with a multi-melter, I think there's a Storm Bolter and a Hellbrute Power Fist. 2 Rogue Psychers from the Blackstone Fortress with 4 staffs. 3-man Chaos Biker squad with twin bolt guns on all the bikes, and the leader's got a Power Fist. 1 20-man squad of Chaos Cultists with auto guns, and a Chaos Rhino with a Havoc launcher. And we have 62 power level in a 60 power level game of Space Wolves, led by a Primaris Wolf Leader with a Frost Axe and a Bolt Rifle, and a Wolf Librarian, Wolf Priest or Rune Priest or something, with a 4 staff and a little baby. We have a 5-man Wolfguard Terminator squad. They are all mixed and matched weapons. For this game, they're going to have 4 Storm Bolters, Power Fists, leader with the Power Sword, Frost Sword, and that guy there with an Assault Cannon. Two 5-man Grey Hunter squads again. Abomination of weapons. This was back when, you know, new to the hobby. So for the purposes of this game, bolt guns and a special weapon. Bolt guns and special weapons. 5-man Intercessor squad with bolt rifles. A 3-man Thunderwolf Cavalry squad with bolt pistols and chainswords, leader with a frost axe. A Swift Claw attack bike with multi-mounter and bolters. And a Predator tank with twin las cannons and a storm bolter. Alright, so end of movement phase for the Space Wolves turn 1. Sons of Lehman Russ racing across the battlefield. These Grey Hunters here holding objective number 1 for 2 command points at the end of the game. 2 command points every objective will be worth, as well as big 3 victory points for slaying the Warlord. My Warlord in this one is the Mighty Demon Prince. Your one is that Wolf Leader?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So everyone moving forward, the I forgot about these guys. He also, yeah, so he's also got a 5-man, what do they call it again? Long Fang squad with mix and match of heavy weapons. Yeah, everyone's shuffling forward slowly. The Predator didn't move.
Nope.
Okay, interesting. We'll see what plans he's got up his sleeve as we go into the shooting phase for the Space Wolves turn number 1. Alright, so looking down the main road, the Predator lines up its target. Gonna fire 2 shots into the Rhino across the road. 2 shots hitting on 3s. Oh, that's why he didn't move.
Strength 9.
Toughness 7.
3s.
Roll double 1s on camera. Or 2 hits.
-3.
Go straight through.
D6 damage.
Wait. Does it go straight through?
-3.
No, a 6-up saves.
Here you go.
2 6-up saves for the Rhino. Oh, not quite. D6 damages, double 1s, snake eyes. That's the average. Oh, he's got a command point 1.
Can I command point both?
No, this one. Oh, you get +1. 7 wounds. How much wound? I think it's only got 10.
Yep.
Alright, 3 remaining. Oh, he's not going to be able to walk up the road, I don't think. Alright, so the mix and match Frankenstein Long Fangs. He's got 3 shots with his plasma cannon, and he's supercharging these shots into the Rhino. Let's see him blow himself to bits. Oh, no, you can't. You already used one.
Oh, well, I still take 2 shots.
2 shots, but he's blowing himself to pieces.
2 shots. 8
to 7. 3s.
2 hits. And that is -3.
Oh, 2 more 6-ups.
So, these 2 and it's gone.
2 6-ups for the Predator.
Oh.
Yo! Maoriwargamer in action. New Zealand's number 1. That's why you tune in weekly for quality content from him. So entertaining. And this guy's saved. Space Wolves putting all their eggs in one basket. Is that wise? Is that not wise? Who knows? 2 shots from the heavy bolter landing in, -1 AP, so 4 up saves. I'm not going to destroy him anyway. Oh, 2 scullies. 2 scullies equals a scully in my beer. He's got 1 wound left, and that's everything.
What's that?
No, that's a multi-mounter. He's out of range. You're done. Everyone's shot. Alright, so the Space Wolves went to the brinks of desperation to destroy the 1 wound left Rhino and spent 3 command points on orbital bombardment, managing to successfully get rid of the Rhino and took out 1 biker. So I'm just rolling to see these guys if they get injured escaping. Oh, that's 4 dead. So end of the turn for the Space Wolves, turn number 1 in this only war mission. from the 40k rulebook. Wiped out the Rhino, taking first blood, although that's not a factor in this for victory points. But yeah, shit dice roll from me, wiped out 4 of my possessed, so only 6 remaining. We're going to Crimson Slaughter turn 1 now, and I feel very angry. I want to get lots of revenge for them, so pray for us. End of movement phase for the Crimson Slaughter, turn number 1. Bikes raced forward 14 inches, get up into the Thunder Wolves. They took some casualties last turn from a lucky orbital bombardment. Demon Prince has flown in closely behind them. Rogue Psychers along with Obsidious Maliks moving forward from objective number 4. And the cultists are spreading out a little bit, get a bit of an even spread as they look to hold off this objective for the 2 victory points at the end of the game. Hellbrute Mortis Metallicus is safely behind the furnace there, and the remaining possessed have moved forward. They're actually going to advance 6 inches. Phew. Alright, so quick psychic phase before we go into the shooting phase. My Demon Prince is going to cast Smite onto the Thunderwolves. Going off on a 5, no one in deny range. Oh, command point to reroll 2 of the dice. 5 goes off, D3 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds there, so 1's dead. Or do they have 3 wounds?
They have 3 wounds, let me check.
We'll find out and go to the shooting phase. Alright, fighters, so we call it there for turn 1 for the Crimson Slaughter. We managed to spill some blood of the Space Wolves, killing a Thunder Wolf Rider and its noble Wolven mount, leaving that guy with 2 wounds remaining. Early game, too far away to do anything at the moment, but currently in possession of 1 objective, near another one, and about to capture this one under the building next turn. So things are looking up. Stay with us, so we'll go into Space Wolves turn 2 and see what they will do. End of movement phase for the Space Wolves turn number 2. On the planet of Atreus, as the Imperium currently faces off against the forces of Chaos. Imperium versus Chaos. This objective currently not in control of anyone. Predator slowly chugging forward. Long Fangs secured in this building, and the Intercessors racing forward. Remaining Thunder Wolves going to take on the remaining what do you call those guys? Chaos Bikers. We'll see what happens. We'll go into the shooting phase, turn number 2. Alright, so end of shooting phase for the Space Wolves, turn number 2. I managed to wipe out 1 biker. Possessed the safe over there from shots. Didn't do much, eh?
No.
Oh, you only killed 1 biker.
You
only killed 1 biker. Lucky. The distance is causing a bit of an issue trying to get there, and he's held his Terminators in reserve for 1 more turn. Was that wise? We're going to find out. However, Fano, we're about to go in for a charge here with the Wolves into the biker. So he's going to make a charge. Let's see what he rolls. 10 inches, that's well within. I'm going to make an Overwatch shot with my bolt gun. 4 shots, hitting on 6s. Nothing. However, he's got a successful charge in. I will perform a heroic intervention. Alright, so Space Wolves finish their punch into the combat here. The Demon Prince has heroic intervened to join. And they managed no successful hits against the biker. Oh, well, they got 1 wound, but he's still alive. So Chaos about to punch back in. And the Demon Prince, mighty figurehead of the Crimson Slaughter Space Marines, has torn 3 wounds into the Thunderwolf Cavalry. 3 5-up saves need to be made to keep him alive. Made 1, failed 2, and that's 2 flat damage for those 2, meaning he dead. Bye boy. And that also means the end of Space Wolves turn number 2. So we'll move into Crimson Slaughter turn 2 and see what is going to happen. Currently, Objective 1 held, Objective 3 not held, Objective 2 now held by the Space Wolves.
Yeah.
Sweeping shot over the battlefield as we end movement phase for the Crimson Slaughter turn number 2. Reserves have dropped in from Deep Strike, 5 Chaos Terminators, 5 Raptors, and the Terminator Sorcerer Lord drop in behind enemy lines for that line breaker victory point.
So what is this?
No, there's no line breaker. I haven't even moved anyone else. Hold on. Just completed the rest of the movement phase there. Bike racing forward into the Intercessors, going for a charge of glory. Demon Prince flying up here, 3 inches away from them, 5 inches from them. The Rogue Psychers have moved forward, followed closely by Obsidious Maliks. These guys holding their position, Hellbrute holding his position, Possessed about to flock in like a seagulls onto a lone Chup.
Chup?
Yeah.
What is Chup?
Chip. One up. Oh, got a chip. Don't mind me. Go into the psychic phase. Oh, we've got a lot of psychic activity about to happen. Welcome, fellow viewers, whether you are from Australia, New Zealand, United Kingdom, the United States. I welcome you all humbly and warmly and encourage you all to subscribe to the Maoriwargamer. If you've just joined us, we're about to kick into a devastating psychic phase. We have 2 Rogue Psychers, we have a Psychic Demon Prince, and we have a Terminator Sorcerer Lord way back there about to unleash some psychic shenanigans. So we'll start with the Rogue Psychers. Rogue Psycher number 1, 18 inches from him, easy gone, smiting on a 5. That's 7, so that goes through. D3 wounds. 2 mortal wounds, it means 1's dead. Oof. Now I think there's a rule about continuous smiting, so it goes up 1 difficulty. Let me just double check the rules on that. So smiting again from the Demon Prince this time. So yeah, let us know on that rule for smiting if you know it. We're just going to go, the way I think it is it goes from 5, 6, 7, 8 and increases in difficulty so people can't spam it. So we're going to go looking for a 6 to smite off into the Grey Hunters here. Oh, I'm going to command point that. And that goes off on a 7. So D3 mortal wounds. 1 mortal wound equals 1 dead Grey Hunter. Oof. And then continue. Smite difficulty increases to 7. Smiting from this Rogue Psyker. 7, looking for a 7. Does not go off. And then 1 more smite to do. Terminator Sorcerer is going to cast Prescience into the Raptors. So that's going to add 1 to hit rolls. Goes off on a 7. You're going to deny?
No.
Does not go off. Then we're going to cast Smite going off on a 7. Goes off on an 8. It's going to try and deny that. It fails, and D3 mortal wounds. Oh. Oh, he denies it. I think that one mortal wound. He shouldn't have done that.
No mortal wound.
Alright. I'll go into the shooting phase. Alright, so end of the shooting phase for the Crimson Slaughter, turn number 2. Interesting game. We've got a big spread across the battlefield here. Normally we're concentrated on one spot, but we've got a lot of action going on all points of the battlefield. It's, yeah, interesting. Wiped out 3 Grey Hunters thanks to the Terminators. Took off 4 wounds from the Predator tank. Wiped out one of the Grey Longfangs. Yeah, we did good over here. Not a lot happening. But we're about to carve these up in combat, which we'll go into straight now. We're going to make some charges. So stick around. Charge phase, Crimson Slaughter, turn number 2. Going to make a 9-inch charge into the Predator tank here. Rolling off. Oh!
Alright. 2 for the Twin Lance Cannon.
Oh, one of them. 3's the wound. Oh, wound. 6 up save.
-3. That dead.
1 guy dead.
And 4 from the
Stormbolter.
Yep. 4 straight forward.
What toughness 4, so forwards. 2.
No bonus.
2, 3 ups. 2 dead. Alright, but we're in for a charge. Cool. Alright, so about to go in for some rumbles. Possessed are in against the bike. 3 Raptors made it in against the Predator tank. At least tying it up from shooting us next turn. So worthy sacrifice. I think you'll agree. The biker here got Overwatch to death. And we got this guy, Demon Prince, ready to tear into 2 quivering Grey Hunters. Alright, fine, so end of turn number 2 for the Crimson Slaughter. About to go into turn number 3 for Space Wolves. They currently have control of 1 objective. And I've got control of 2. So, in the space of a turn, the tables have been turned. But of course, the Wolfguard Terminators are about to drop in. So we'll see what kind of difference they can make as we move into Space Wolves turn 3. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. In the movement phase, turn 3 for the Space Wolves, the Wolfguard Terminators have dropped in and decided to challenge the Demon Prince over here. Intercessors moving forward, getting up towards the Rogue Psychers and Obsidious Maliks. Grey Hunters moving to the edge of the building. Predators locked in combat with the Raptors, and these guys repositioning their guns. So we'll go into the shooting phase for the Space Wolves, see what they do. End of shooting phase for the Space Wolves, turn number 3. Managed to pepper off 2 wounds out of the Demon Prince, but not a whole lot else happening across the battlefield. We lost... Did we lose a Possessed? No, we didn't. Didn't lose a Possessed. He lost 3 wounds on 1 remaining. Oh, no, we did lose a Possessed. Yeah, he's gonna charge now. Alright, good luck. Charges, Space Wolves. Alright, so charges went off. Failed charge here from the Terminators into the Demon Prince. Successful charge by the Intercessors into the 1 wound remaining Rogue Psyker. However, Rogue Obsidious Maliks, the leader of the Black Legion, has made a heroic intervention to cut into this battle. And there was a successful charge by the Space Wolf Warlord and the 5 Grey Hunters into the Possessed. So we'll see what's going to happen. Recap this. The charge phase, the assault phase, and go into Crimson Slaughter, turn number 3. Here's the successful wounds from the counter-attack by the Possessed. They only lost 1 unit from the attacks of the Wolf Leader and the 5 Grey Hunters. There's their 6 wounds, no saves made. Blink of an eye, gone. No creative controlling on that. My opponent offered to have 3 of my possessed dead and those Grey Hunters live. They went up against the fury of the possessed, the demon, the warp possessed former Chaos Space Marines, and they wiped. We'll continue on to combat here. Alright, so I spent 2 command points on the counter-offensive stratagem to interrupt and attack first with Obsidious Malix, Lord of the Black Legion. So he's going to roll out 4 attacks with his Mighty Thunder Hammer. He'll be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Oh, just needed. There's also a 6 there, so for the Death to the False Emperor, that is an additional attack. Alright, so 4 wounds minus 3 from Obsidious Malix's Thunder Hammer. 6 is the save. 1 6, so 3 of them saved. What is that? That is flat 3 damages. So 3 are dead. Ow. Now he gets to attack back. End of Space Wolf's turn number 3. Obsidious wiped out 4 of the intercessors. They managed to take out 1 of the rogue psychers. 1 more left. I'm about to move into the turn number 3 for the Crimson Slaughter. Where the game's currently, I've got 2 victory objective markers. My opponent's only got 1. So we'll see what more can happen. Stay tuned. In the movement phase, turn 3 for the Crimson Slaughter. In this only war mission here, fighting for objective domination. So we currently occupy objective 4. The Hellbrute has moved behind the tower into capture objective number 2. Combat ongoing here with the Primaris Battle Leader. And objective number 2 here is currently contested. The Raptors who have escaped combat from the Predator. Over here, Terminator Sorcerer Lord, the Terminators rushing in, looking to pummel that with power fists, with magic, whatever they can use. And then across here, Obsidious Malix has fallen out of combat, moving up behind this building. Rogue Psycho has moved in between, looking ready to smite him to death. And the Demon Prince is staying still on top of objective number 1 here. Well within smite range to deal some further devastation. So we'll go into the shooting phase now. We'll do the psychic phase and then wrap up as we go into shooting phase for the Crimson Slaughter on turn number 3. End of psychic phase, managed to successfully get prescience off onto the Terminators, +1 to hit. Smite was denied against the Predator. However, we managed to smite out 1 Terminator there and smited out the last of the intercessors. So currently, just looking over the board, seems to be a clear chaos numbers. 2 long fangs up here, 1 wounded tank. Intercessors gone, Grey Hunters gone, lone HQs. It's looking alright. We're going to wrap up this game, go into the shooting phase. Stay with me. Alright, Fano, so we're going to call it there. A victory for the Crimson Slaughter, following a rather devastating shooting phase. Brought this down to 2 wounds left, wiped out their long fangs in the building. There really is nothing left for the for the Space Wolves to achieve any sort of victory. So yeah, we'll call it there to stop their slaughter and end their pain, because I am merciful after all. So yeah, end of another thrilling, epic game of Warhammer 40K. Hope you enjoyed yourselves there, whānau. It was, yeah, different from last game. Last game was pretty close, but overwhelming Space Wolf victory. This game, he's brought in numbers and units, and that might have been the downfall. Plus also, I think holding the Terminators up for turn 3, their firepower was needed and not delivered. So I think that was a big hindrance to their victory as well. If you see, on if you divide the board into 6, I've got units there. I had a well-ranged spread across the entire battlefield, as well as a bit of mobility. So this guy made it from all the way there to here. So that's kind of what secured my victory over the Space Wolves. So yeah, this campaign ends up in a little bit of a stalemate. No clear winners. 1 win to Space Wolves last game, 1 win to Crimson Slaughter this game. So yeah, the fate of Atreus is yet to be determined. But we will figure it out in later games to come. Don't you worry about that. For now though, whānau, I hope you enjoyed yourselves. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, give it a like, show your support for the channel, show your support for a humble wargamer taking time out of his day to film this, edit this, present it for you guys to enjoy later on. And enjoy it you must be, because we're currently on 213 subscribers. Humble thanks for that. If you're not subscribed and you've made it through about 20 minutes of video, then go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I mean, yeah, you're listening for this long, like definitely time to figure out, you know, if you listen to someone's video for 20 minutes, of course go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Everyone else would appreciate it. So go ahead and do it. What do you got to lose? And make sure you tune in next week, whānau. Next week, exciting campaign between the Tyranids and the Necrons. 2 armies I don't believe they've faced each other on the channel so far. So that should be quite exciting. Leave your comments, any rules areas, tips, feedback, anything you want to see on the channel. I'll work to meet those requests where possible, where the funds are available and the budget is there. But yeah, enough waffling on from me, whānau. Thank you for watching another Māori Wargamer Battle Report. I am your humble host, the Māori Wargamer. Ka kite. Anō.